Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Eldor'idle. It's a incremental game about breaking pots in people's houses. Look at you Lonk. You made this. I don't know. I love the fact that incremental games are just starting to riff on tropes. You're very tired of working for so little pay. The journey seems to take forever. Wow, it's me. In possession of a boat, nothing else, you sail the ocean in search of new opportunities. Faced with humanity's pursuit of power, you become just another. Drag the screen left mouse button, WSD, so you can pan around. Okay. Stored beverages in the inn. Okay. Now what? Well, we can talk to this person. Greetings, visitor. I hate to tell you this, but this isn't a good time to visit the city. We've been having problems with robberies around here and everyone keeps their doors locked. Good news is, if you have some money, I can sell you some keys. Yes, yes. And I make the locks myself. How about grabbing a free sample and then coming back later to buy some more? Okay, so we got the key to the pot shop. Or house key A. Access items in your backpack by pressing the I key. Access Gideon and Nora's house, located next to the mine. Am I doing crimes? Okay, so it looks like we're gonna work up to, clearing a dungeon. This is not the mines. Content not available. Where's the mines? That's not it. Well, it's probably one of these. This house? Okay, it is this house. Did you come here to retire as well? Because I hope you'll get to work. It's workers that we need. Don't pay him any attention. When he arrived here years ago, he didn't have to lift a finger to work. Well, time to rob them. I found a gold coin. Are they just dropping pots on the ground? Where are these pots coming from? What is happening here? Wait. So no one's going to react to the fact that I've just robbed these people? I mean, in Zelda they don't care. Okay, get the key to the pot shop. Alright. Welcome, customer. I see you appreciate pots, don't you? Because I am responsible for bringing the most beautiful and refined pots to this city. Did you know you can safely store your savings inside them? You always know exactly where your money is, unlike the bank. Just look at the catalog. So, pot supply. Increase the number of pots the residents acquire. The residents acquire increases according to the level of the residence. Reduces the time it takes for residents to replace the pots, and possibility of spawning wooden pots. Oh my god, I am just robbing these people. This is dark. Okay, so it looks like I can loot kind of the initial dressers and stuff, but that's about it. Unfortunately, it seems like there's only one pot available at the moment. But sure. This is very silly. So, okay, so let's snag one level in that. So, let's come back when we have 13 so I can buy 2 of these. We'll see how slow this is. I'm mostly hoping, yeah, so they have 2 now. Oh, we also got a shard, whatever that does. Okay, this is a cute take on incremental game design. I mean, it's more or less just making fun of Zelda and how, you know, Link just enters dwellings and steals rupees from people. Let's see, do we want to try and go out for like 21? Got an invitation. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, pot supply, pot supply. So do we want to increase the number of pots further or make them come back faster? Let's just make them come back faster and then maybe save up for wooden pots. Okay, so now they've got 3. The value is the same. I wouldn't exactly say this is an idle game unless we get the ability to start auto-breaking pots. I guess after a certain point... Oh my god. Wait, how many pots are these people going to be able to stack in their house? I hadn't thought about that beforehand, but we've gotten it so that we've convinced this old couple to buy 3 pots at a time for me to break to save their to steal their life savings from. Which begs the question of what happens when you've maxed these out? What does it even look like when they're like stacking 10, 12 pots at a time? Is it just going to be like they can't move anymore? At that point, it feels like I'd be doing them a public service. Okay, increased wooden pot chance? Sure. Let's just go for that. I'm assuming wooden pots have 2 or 3 coins in them. I should probably go back to, well, I don't know, boosting the basics. One upgrade I'd love to have is the ability to actually... Oh, takes 2 hits though. What was I going to say? The ability to interact with the pot merchant without having to hit the transitions. I think that's it. The transition speed is going to get to me if I play this, like, too long. So, rather than going for the wooden pots, as nice as they are, I think the best thing we can do is kind of put effort into making it so we have more pots coming back faster. Ideally, the less downtime we have, the better. Call that good enough, at least for a bit. Okay, so we want to just crank pot supply. Call that good enough? And then they have more. There we go. Well, this is definitely faster, which is appreciated. Huh. Snow is actually really starting to come down out there. My wife is just next to me, peering out the window, watching the snowfall. At some point, I'd like to, well, I don't know. I was gonna say I'd love to have an office that has a good view of the snow, but I realized that, like, long term, wherever, like, whatever my next work setup is going to be, or like my long-term one, the ideal is for me to be in a basement, which means usually minimal to no windows. So the one problem with this is going to piss off my RSI really fast. Hopefully there's a bunch of, like, auto mechanics that I can get to kind of speed things along. Okay, since this is going to hurt me if I keep going, we're just going to turn on an auto clicker, which makes life easier for us. Eventually we will get a weapon. Oh yeah, this is so much easier not having to click on the pots. This way we also don't have to worry about pot durability, so I can go back to boosting the wooden pot, boosting my chances of getting wooden pots. I do have to watch out, because if I get close to a door, I'm 100% going to just zip through said door if I accidentally click on it. Well, do we think we have enough? Oh, yeah? What if I could actually just, like, completely bypass a whole pot tier? Probably. The one problem with this one is, unlike other, like, Buster-style incremental games... Oh my gosh. There's 90 levels of some of these. There's no limits to some of these. So I could go to that. They do get progressively more expensive. We should probably go buy another key, actually. I think it was, what? It was either 30 or it was 100. Can you imagine this? It just like Link enters your house, looks at a pot, it breaks. You replace it immediately. Link turns, looks at it, the pot breaks again. He loots whatever gold you have. Your life savings dwindling into this elfin boy's pockets in an instant. He's vibrating faster and faster, and somehow you're keeping pace with him. You're generating an endless amount of pots to try and keep up with the facts that, you know, this boy has entered your house and is destroying all of your, well, only some of your furniture. He started by looting your dresser, your drawers. He talked to you for a bit, that was nice, but then after a certain point, he just became this kind of force of obliteration within your own dwelling that has, like, no mercy, patience, or other kind of humanity. Every once in a while, he briefly looks at you. You have the shortest conversation known to man. It's a full conversation, but it is short all the same, and you don't know why or how you manage to keep up with it, and it keeps happening. All the while, you are just replacing these pots at a blistering pace, hoping that you can keep your life savings somehow contained, even though the fact that, you know, you don't seem to be running out of them. Like, no matter how much this child loots your house, no matter how many pots you acquire to place in said house, there's no stopping him. There's no stopping anybody. It just keeps going. I love that. I love that about incremental games, because kind of like the moment you try and recontextualize them as something more realistic, you kind of realize how absolutely unhinged it can be. So let's go find another key and see what we can get access to. Bank key. Okay, so next one's 300. Let's see what the bank gives me. That might be another support structure. That's right, you can make money by making your money work for you. Wait, you need other residents to make money? That's strange, but if you make some investments in my bank, I can help you with that. Residents keep 1 extra gold in their pots. Oh. Encourage residents to invest money instead of spending it. Increases residents' money multiplier by 0.1%. Influences residents to withdraw gold from the bank. Increases the amount of money stored in pots by 1%. What am I doing? Oh, well, I should have gotten this a long time ago. Holy smokes, our money is no longer sensible. I mean, it never was. The one thing I almost wish I could do is actually, like, keep track of some of my... keep track of some of my things that I'm trying to purchase. Let's see, just so I don't have to keep vaguely try and remember the things that I'm trying to afford. But then again, this is fine. So we get 7 coins off of the wooden pots. So they, rather than being worth 1 more coin, they're worth vaguely... Oh, I'm currently getting 3.5 coins per pot, right? Yeah, because some are 3, some are 4. And so the wooden pots are effectively double that. Okay, we gotta see what the next one is. House B. We don't know which one's House B, but that's okay. Increases residents' money multiplier by 0.1%. What does that mean? I'll get it, but I'm confused. Okay, well, time to rob another house. No, that's the inn. It's not that one. This one? There we go. Who lives here? I can't imagine what my life would be like if I didn't have time to read books. Do you know how many uninformed people there are out there? Wait. We've doubled things? Oh, his bookshelf had 33 gold in it. What happened? What have I done? Okay, I think we do need to increase the amount of pots that are spawning just because. We still have a decent amount of downtime, and if I just had like a gazillion pots, it'd probably be easier to have them all spawned on screen. Plus, I like the idea of these people living in a house inundated in pots. Even if it makes no sense. Okay, cripes. Like, at this point, I feel like we're actually using, like, fell magics to sustain this. I think I'm just going to increase the amount of wooden pots. We should go up to stone next. Oh, I wonder if stone pots only drop from wooden pots. Like, it's one of those that you have to kind of scale things up. That's probably the case. I'd paused a little bit ago, just after the snow comment, and I had a conversation with Shell, who had looked at me and was like, really? This is what you choose to play and record? The weird part is, like, I'm actually enjoying this. I don't think I'd be able to play this for longer than, like, 4 or 5 hours, tops. But I think it's the mental image, the imagined fantasy of what the heck is going on here, of effectively hyper-capitalist Link with no wallet restrictions doing an absolute horror to these people's, you know, houses. And somehow, they're not running out of pots. Okay. Yeah, the one problem is I have to mouse over the bed to get around. But it's not like I'm turning off the auto-clicker for any reason. It is saving me a fair bit of clicking, and therefore a fair bit of wrist effort. Because moving my mouse around I can do. Moving my mouse around while clicking rapidly is hard. But I think the most, like, emblematic game in terms of, like, the ridiculousness of incremental games easily would be, like, Universal Paperclips, which is a game about making any infinite amount of paperclips, and then when you run out of, you know, metal on Earth to make paperclips, you just harvest Earth itself and the people on it, which is horrifying, I know. But I think that's kind of a very fun, biting social commentary on, like, you know, endless growth capitalism and some other stuff. Do I want to just crank the pot supply? No, let's just crank the amount of... Could also get glass pots. The main problem is these are kind of expensive. Let's buy another key. Pricey, but we now have access to the inn. What does that give us? The owner here only accepts cash, but I'm out of money. Do you have any? I know, nothing's free. But I have something to give in return. Something very valuable. Made me rich in another game. Shovel. All I had to do was use it in my backyard. Maybe you could try it too. Oh, that's funny, but it's 10,000. We've recommended a good night's sleep to recover energy after intense activities. Furthermore, nothing beats a great meal to boost strength and vitality. So calisthenics increases click strength by 1, 2. Let's do that. Imagine all that in one place. So now I should be able to break a stone pot in no time flat. So let's get a couple of these. Can't afford it quite, but it's fine. Okay, now let's go over here. Unfortunately, I think the weapons store is currently locked. So it doesn't seem like increasing the percentage was as much of a bonus yet. So I guess we just want to increase base value a bunch of times, as expensive as that is going to be. Either that or we just keep increasing the amount of available pots in people's houses. Or we save up for the 10,000 and see what we can get out of that. Which is also a possibility. Let's see. Yeah, what do I want to do? We pretty much don't have to worry about pots running out, though it's still valuable for me to just add more pots to the pool. If only because the more pots we have, the more pots I hit by just moving my mouse around. Because at this point, it's less about downtime and more about just, like, making sure this house is so full of pots that I have no choice but to hit a pot every time I move my mouse through it. Which is a weird place to be in. Okay, what do we think? Stop at 5,000? I can stop at 5,000. Because that seems mostly comfortable. The main question is, do I want more pots? Do I want more value? Or do I want to increase my chances of getting wooden pots? I don't know. I have no, like, basis on which of these is the most valuable. Let's just get 3 of those. Let's see. I might want to just go for the wooden pot chance. They seem pretty cheap. Like, going for the heightened pot chances might actually be one of the best ways for me to increase my money gain at the moment. Because most of their upgrades seem pretty expensive. And become exponentially more so. Whereas it feels like maxing out the percentage of, like, wooden pots and then stone pots is going to be worth it. I guess maybe the point is it's less of a bonus, though. That each of those upgrades is small. It's a percentile increase at best, whereas, like, increasing the value of your money can actually be extremely valuable. Or the amount of money stored in each of these pots. Oh, the other one is probably this guy has more money sitting in his pots. Got a gold nugget. Whatever that's for. Okay. It's starting to get more expensive, but it's still kind of nice and limited. We will see. Yeah, we're getting 34 a pop, which is good. I think maybe what I should do is go boost the amount of stone pot gain that I have. Because those upgrades aren't noticeably that much more expensive. Either that or we just go back and boost everything's base value more. That one's tricky. I always kind of obsess over the, what is the most efficient upgrade path in these games. I think part of it is because that's the only real agency they have. Otherwise, you are very much just buying whatever the cheapest, most sensible upgrades available, and you're not thinking about anything else. Okay. Well, we're going to be able to get up to that 10,000. Is it worth saving for the shovel? I don't think so, unless the shovel massively increases the amount of money we can make. Which it might. We don't know. But I think I'd rather go for surefire moneymakers for a bit. Rather than go on a limb for something that I don't know. Let's see. I might as well also check what the next key is going to give me. Because another house might not be bad. They seem to increase the base value of money to some lesser degree. Do I want to stop? I think so. Okay, so what's the next one? Carpenter's key. 13,000 though. Well, I could do it. I think we shouldn't. Not for a moment. Oh, that's way more expensive than I thought. Oh, it should be good. Yeah. I think we save up for the carpenter. So, 13,000, 14,000. So the entire point of this now is that I have that many more pots for me to break. So I can just start, like, really swinging my, I also want to actually increase my damage a smidge at the inn. But now I'm hitting just that many more pots. Previously, it was about having no downtime. Now it's just about increasing the amount of money I make per movement of my mouse. Yeah, increasing it so that we can break a stone pot in one shot is probably going to be helpful. Let's see. So what do we think? 15,000? I think 15,000. Maybe a little bit more? Go 16. If I want to be crazy, we could stick around a little bit and go for like 26,000 and see if I can get the shovel and see what that gives me. Or we could go for the shovel early. Yeah, let's go get the shovel early. Thanks, man. I don't need anything else to be happy. We now have a shovel. And we can do some more calisthenics. So I should be able to break a stone pot in one go. Let's see. Anything else? Still find it funny that this is being marketed as an idle game when it is anything but, which is fine. So what the heck is the shovel for? I guess I should see what the other things I've picked up do. Because yeah, we got the gold nugget, and I do not know what that is for. Let's get our 14,000 so I can get the carpenter. Maybe a little bit above, just in case he sells something that's like halfway usable. And then go from there. I wonder if you can get it so that there's so many pots that there's no room left in the house, and then you can just hover over one slot, auto-clicking it over and over and over again, and it keeps replenishing in that one spot. Bet that's the case. I don't know how practical it would be, mostly just so I could kind of like kick back and go do other things, but also I think that's the thing I struggle with a lot of the like truly idle games, is that like the moment I really start searching for something else to do other than playing it, it's usually the point where I completely tune out on them. Okay. We're already up to 15,000. It's pretty easy to make a decent chunk of money here. Let's see. Think we're good? Yeah. Call it a day. Let's go see about this carpenter. Okay, so we don't have anything else to get. I wouldn't say that this is the carpenter, but that's fine. Everyone always comes to me willingly to buy furniture, but I'm much more talented than they think. Now I'll only be selling my newest and final masterpiece, the instrument. It produces sounds. With this instrument, you can produce music capable of enchanting the most diverse beings, as long as they have ears for it, I think. So what else do we have? Relics. Oh, increases all gold gained by a little bit. Next house, following the path to the right of the mine. Oh, so you have an invitation. Come in, please. Welcome to the club. You made it this far? It's because you learned the art of getting gold more effectively than most people. What you're lacking now is an entrepreneurial spirit. You know how entrepreneurs manage to increase their income? They use what they earn to hire employees. What do we do here? We're an agency with great employees. Simply hire them, and then use the city map on the counter to indicate where they should go. I also let the employee manual available on that little table. It contains some important details you need to know. Gnomes! Oh. Whiplash. Oh no. What have I done? Okay, employee manual. Best way to profit from employees is by keeping an eye on their work. Employees who are not being monitored tend to steal a portion of the company's profits for themselves. Measures can be taken against this. Sometimes you might find bandits fleeing with gold. We assume they're friends of the employees trying to steal our hard-earned profits. Nothing we can't handle, though. Define each employee's work location in the map above the counter. You can only work in locations with granted access that have a demand. Hiring too many employees when there's little demand for work only lead to an idle workforce. Okay, House B, House A, D... Well, we can't get to any of the other ones, so... All gnomes to House B. Now let's go see if they actively work. They do. I'm sorry. So we've gone from Link just vaporizing pots with his mere presence to Link leaving and coming back with an army of gnomes that he has like a bullwhip. I don't know if he's using it. Clearly not. But just the presence of the bullwhip, which is getting increasingly larger and longer and more menacing looking. Just to keep the gnomes line. Oh my god, what have I done? What is this game? Like, ultimately, the actual gameplay itself is pretty mild at best. But I do really appreciate the just ludicrousness of it all in such a way that, like, I had a good time with this one. I don't know if I really have much else I want to invest into. Main issue mostly being that there's only so many upgrades to even buy at this point. We can't upgrade to any other houses along the way, so it's mostly just like spend money on increasing income, number of pots, number of gnomes, and so on and so forth. And at this point, this way I can kind of completely just give up on actually playing. Sure, I could increase my own strength. I think the one trick would be to see if I can actually make it so the gnomes do more damage somehow, which might be an upgrade in the inn, or maybe it's just not an upgrade available in the game. But yeah, you don't need more pots than you have gnomes, and so I can kind of just ignore it. Well, shall I go get... Yeah, let's go get the glass, especially because they keep working. I don't need to be there. Yeah, because we can do more whiplash, which, I mean, is not terrible. Yeah, so now they're getting me full value of each pot broken. So if we go to the inn, really we just have to see if there's any way to make my gnomes stronger. They are. Movement speed of gnomes. Damage of gnomes. Okay, we do have to spend a lot of upgrades making them stronger, though. Well, this has become silly. Considering the bullwhip, I'm not sure if these gnomes are willing, so much as they have no choice. Okay, so now I understand why this is an idle game. Let's go back to just watching them work. Okay, so it still takes them two hits to break a stone pot. They throw them occasionally too. This is so weird. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's good enough. We can probably keep buying stuff. To some degree... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, how much do I get out of one of these? Oh, wow. Yeah, that dude with the books is way more lucrative. Okay, so what can we buy? Glass pots? Ecological brick pots. Okay, so some of these are noticeably more expensive than others. And then there's also the marble pots. And yeah, at some point I could go, well, actually, I should probably just max this out. More than anything else, just make the respawn real quick. Okay, well, is there much else? Do we want to just sit there, watch, and let them run for like 20 minutes? I think I might do that. I'm just going to let this game run for a little while. We'll come back with like an absurd amount of money, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so really there isn't much left to say about this game. I've left this run for a while, made a couple of millions. I could probably buy more gnomes. I could speed up the gnomes. I could make it so the gnomes do more damage. I like where this is going. I do feel like it is one of those that is maybe too easily automated, but I also recognize that, like, what you're gonna do. Oh, that music. They know what they were doing. Of course they did. I mean, this is unabashedly a parody, kind of. But yeah, so I can keep adding more gnomes, I can keep adding more pots, I can keep upgrading the pots. The one problem I'm running into is I've made the pots maybe too durable, and so it's slowing my gnomes down a smidge, but oh well. But one way or another, I think for a small game that's very much riffing on old school Legend of Zelda, you know, Link runs into a house, breaks all the pots, takes all the rupees, and then leaves. I think that's a really funny premise for a game. And as far as like idle games go, it's charming. I think I wish the gnomes were a little bit less... Well, I don't know. I feel like the gnomes are the one out of place thing I'm running into with this being somewhat Zelda parody-y. If it was like very clearly I was bringing in a bunch of other like forest elf children to also help me raid, and it was kind of this like weird Peter Pan situation where it's like Link and his equivalent of the Lost Boys just raiding a town and being a general nuisance. And maybe that's not the direction they want to go with this one. It's mostly just the like, it feels a little bit weird that I immediately go straight into sus employment on these gnomes, but I also recognize that this kind of is going hard into a like, boy, capitalism really does require a whole lot of exploitation to work, doesn't it? And so I think that actually is a valid angle in and of itself. Anyway, yeah, like I can increase the value of things, but like it's getting pricey here. And that's okay. I don't think we really need more than this. Yeah, I can increase the pot supply, but I don't think that makes a huge difference. What was the last thing to buy here? Because this was expensive. Or did we already buy it? Oh no, instrument is 50,000. All right, let's go get the 50,000 and then I think we will stop because whatever's left, there ain't much to it. But yeah, I don't know. One way or another, I think it's one of those where as a idle game, it's okay. There's not a whole lot of agency here. It's mostly just buy the cheapest upgrade possible. I think it's carried mostly by its theme, and I almost wish it went harder. Maybe to the point where like the NPCs had more to say about the fact that I have now just infested their houses with an army of gnomes who are just destroying their pots at like an alarming speed. The problem is I'm trying to remember there's like a meme that people share around about like a character that is not stopping and I don't remember. It's like a copy pasta meme. And that's all I remember, but it had like kind of a weird, sinister like. Nah, I don't remember. Thanks for supporting an artist. I hope you enjoyed my work. Teach you to play something if I knew how. Unfortunately, my skills are limited to carpentry. We got a kalimba. Okay. You can use it to interact with the scenery in the highlighted area. So I can maybe use it to, like, wake something up, maybe? Bird. No, come back, bird. I was going to kalimba you. Well, I appreciate that it's there, but I'm probably not going to use it. Get kalimba'd. Alright, nothing to it. Alright. Anyway, I guess with... Oh, wait. Oh, I see. That was just lightning. I guess I might as well... Well, if we save and quit... The problem is I have to record this with display capture. Oh. Has my microphone been too high all day? Oh, shit. I hope not. It might have been. Okay, at this point I might as well mention that Eldor'idle, the demo is available on Steam if you want to play it yourselves. Wait, there's a ghost here. Hey, is that soul fragment coming from you? I can smell it. You know, I need this to live. Well, I don't know if that's exactly living, but it's what gives me energy and I'm running out of stock. It's been a while since anyone last came here. Look, if you bring me some fragments, I can teach you some tricks of the astral plane. So we can get astral vision. We can get auto click. Well, that would have been nice, maybe. Astral vision, and then that's just a soul fragment for some HP. Or not some HP, some more gold. I don't know what the astral vision does. And I don't know how much I care. I do appreciate that, yeah, you can buy auto-click. It's pretty good, but anyway, yeah, the Eldor'idle demo is available on Steam. If you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, you can. It's not much that I haven't already shown, but there's also no real limits to the upgrade system, so like you could probably pack even more upgrades onto these gnomes to the point where this house is full of pots and gnomes just smashing away and stealing the millions of gold this guy apparently has in his house. I don't know. Anyway, guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.